I released a brand new story today as a surprise release, and I'm doing something a little bit differently for you. This is really exciting. This is Thumbelina Falls. It is my Thumbelina retelling. It is all about Thumbelina, who is a water fairy and the most powerful fairy of them all, but she was stripped of her wings when she was a baby and has no idea that she's a water fairy. The flower fairy prince has found her after many of the kingdoms have been searching for her and is helping her along on this journey, and things are going to go awry as the toads show up and all of these other things happen and unfold for our Thumbelina Tamales and her flower fairy prince. It is a very fun story, but like I said, I'm doing it a little bit differently. So this is not out in book form just yet. It is coming out in print form. I will tell you more about it when that happens, but right now this is entirely free for you to read on the Tapas app. So you can go over to the Tapas app and actually read Thumbelina Falls without having to pay anything. You just get to read the story. New episodes are dropping on Tuesdays and on Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern. And for the contest I'm doing over on Tapas, it is 20 episodes or 20 chapters of this. And then at the end of that, if I do really well, they are awarding certain people advances to continue writing this story. So this story is almost all the way written. It's going right up to the end. And then depending on what happens, I'm either going to wrap up that book and put it out in print for you, because guys, how gorgeous is this cover? And the interior is going to be even better. Or if it gets picked up by them, I'm going to continue this series and turn it into a series instead of a standalone book. So big things are happening. I'm very excited for this one, but I do need your help. So if you would please go over and follow and to read it and to scroll through it and to leave comments, that would be so incredibly helpful. So let me read the blurb to this for you. The flower fairy prince knows what Thumbelina does not, that she is a water fairy princess proclaimed to save the nations. His kingdom has been searching for her since she was a child, stripped of her wings and hidden from the dangerous spies looking to force a marriage to gain control of her nation. His job is to whisk her away from those trying to harm her and convince her of his loyalties, but in an effort to win her without giving anything away, it could cost him the only thing his heart has ever wanted. As he helps Thumbelina step into her powers, the gravity of her magic may destroy them both and send their nations into ruins. So this is a very interesting story because it's Thumbelina. So she's a tiny little girl. She doesn't have wings. She has been kind of courted by the Toad Prince and all these other characters. And there's the Sparrow and there's the Flower Fairy Prince. We get to see them go on this adventure as the toads are chasing them and trying to get her back and all of the things we know from the original Thumbelina. And it's so much fun because she has all these water powers. So as she goes over the course of this journey, she learns that she has powers. She learns how to use those powers. She learns how to harness those powers. And then she learns how to really use those powers. So we see a lot of deceit, a lot of lies, a lot of backstabbing, but a lot of growth and girl power and education and just really cool stuff inside of this story. I'm very excited for this one. I know it's been a long time in the making. I hinted about this at the beginning of the year, and then I just kind of held on to it. And I was actually going to put it out in book form when I was notified that I should be doing this thing over on Tapas. And I said, all right, I will give it a try. The person who brought me in is a very dear friend of mine, and I did it because she's in association with them as a webcomic creator. So there's some cool stuff going on inside of this, and I'm excited just to see how this format works. Do we like this? Do we like reading on apps? What do we think? How are we feeling about this? This is going to come out again in book form, depending on the outcome of this contest that I am participating in. So we will see if it's going to be a longer thing or if it's going to be a shorter thing, but I'm really excited to get it out in book form. So this goes until the end-ish of October. And again, the first 3 chapters are out now. Every Tuesday and then every Friday there will be another chapter. So it's 1 chapter on Tuesday, 1 chapter on Friday, but the first 3 are already out because they came out last night, actually, top secret. And we just have really cool things to do with this. If you join me in the first 15 minutes of each episode releasing, I am going to be in the comments and in the author section, and I am going to be able to give you behind the scenes and bonus things and extra things that I'm not going to tell anybody else, and I'm going to delete it so nobody else can see it. So you have to be there in the first 15 to 30 minutes, read the chapter, and then hang out in the comment section because I have some cool things coming. I'm very excited for it. I'm really very interested to see how you like this format. So do let me know, and please go over and support me. If you've got questions on Tamales or on any of the characters inside of the story, I would love to get those out there for you. And at some point I'm going to do a first chapter reading, but I actually have to see how that falls in alignment with the contest. So big things are coming. Very excited. The trailer is out now. You can check it here on the YouTube channel, on the TikTok, and on the Instagram. And drop your questions for me down below. I have some other releases coming out very, very soon in physical book form. So keep an eye out for those. They may have some spicy retellings. There's some spicy. I'm going spicy now, guys. It's going to be fun. There's a lot of cool things happening inside of these stories, so I can't wait to share more. Please go support Thumbelina Falls. I have some big plans for this if we can make it happen. So drop your questions. I'll see you in the upcoming episodes, and thank you for supporting Thumbelina Falls.